Good evening, everyone. I am Supritha. My topic is that economic importance of fungi and its role in environment. Before proceeding to the fungi, so we need to know that where it is distributed and importance of fungi and structure and all. Before she explained like fungi about that, I will brief about this. So we know that fungi is widely distributed where there we found the moisture content is present. There we can find the fungus. So there are importance to the human beings in a positive way also, or it's harmful way also. So it is both uh, harmful also, it's beneficial to the human beings also. When comes to the structure, primarily this fungus this exists as a filamentous hypha. We know that mass of hypha it is called as mycelium. Like some bacteria and protists. So fungi there's also secretes these exoenzymes. So why this exoenzymes it is important, which is secreted by the fungi. So some of the organic matters which are insoluble in state, to get into the soluble state, these exoenzymes will going to help. So this fungi will secrete the exoenzymes. This will be going to uh, this degrades the insoluble matter into the soluble. Then the nutrient it will get absorbed. So we can see the two reproductive structures. One it is the sporangia. One more is the gametangia. Sporangia they forms the asexual spores. Gametangia is the sexual spores. Out of the fungus, there are 1.5 million fungus are present. In that number of fungus, only the 1/10 of them they have been scientifically explained. We know that what is study of fungus is called as mycology, and fungus we know that it's a third largest kingdom after animal and plant. We can see under the five kingdom of classifications. So when comes to the economic importance of fungi, go with the first, it is the nutrition and food security. In this nutrition and food security, the edible mushroom, it's rich in nutrients. We know that edible mushroom is rich in nutrients. It contains vitamins, minerals, as well as the proteins. When comes to the vitamins, we can see that vitamin B, C, D, these are all can present in the mushrooms. When comes to the mineral like potassium, phosphorus, calciums, these are present. So when compared to the vegetables, so mushrooms they rank above the vegetable. We say that for the vegetarians to have a mushroom instead of the meat. So because of its rich in the protein. So this is about the nutrition and food security. When comes to the human health, so 6% of edible mushrooms they possesses the medical properties. It has those medical properties. Some mushrooms, like for example, shiitake, it has the antiviral properties. It can reduce the serum cholesterol level. Okay, in the blood, it can reduce the serum cholesterol level. Other species of mushrooms also they have some health beneficials, like it will inhibit the formation of tumor, development of AIDS, like that. They or also have the antioxidative property, like that. Diabetic effect also it will going to reduce. When comes to the medicine, we have a wide application of fungi in the field of the medicines. So and well, first one look into the antibiotics. So when we heard about the antibiotics, first it will come into our mind is penicillin. We know that penicillin it is an extracted from the Penicillium notatum as well as Penicillium chrysogenum. These penicillin it is usually the antibiotic which act against the pathogen of the gram positive bacteria. Okay, this is acts on gram positive bacteria. And some other fungus like penicillium grisoflavum, it produces the grisoflavin antibiotic, which is act against the fungal infections, like in the nail and the toenail, hand nail, they will get some fungal infections, right? On that, these particular antibiotics will act on that. Some fungus, these are fed to the slaughter animals. Why they have they will give some antibiotics are fed to the animals to promote the rapid growth, to increase the growth of the animal. They will going to give some antibiotic. And for the to increase the meat quality, they will going to give the antibiotic. Some antibiotics, these are used as a preservative also, like freshly killed poultry, to preserve that for a long period of time. Some antibiotics are given. So streptomycin antibiotic, so which is like secreted from the streptomycin gracious. These particular antibiotics acts on the gram negative pathogens. So they are penicillin act on the gram positive. So here streptomycins, this acts on the gram negative bacteria. Grisoflavin, this is also from Penicillium grisoflavum. This act on the some skin diseases. We will get the some fungal diseases we will get to. For that, to act on that, we will use this grisoflavin antibiotic. They act upon that. When comes to the industries, how these fungals are useful in the industries, we know that in fermentation process, we added yeast for the conversion of the sugar solution into the um, ethyl alcohol or ethanol, and the byproduct is carbon dioxide. Here fungus like yeast, directly that will go and not converted into the alcohol. These sugar solutions is there, no? These particularly yeast enzymes will promote the zymase enzyme, that will going to release the zymase enzyme. That zymase enzymes will convert the sugar solution into the alcohol and carbon dioxide. Some of the example is that this is Aspergillus flavus. This is used in the production of the beer in African natives. So in we know that in bread industries also, yeast are going to used uh, for the production of in dough. They will going to use the yeast, so that will get the bread very fluffy softy, like that we're going to use. Also in the preparations of an enzymes, in preparation of enzymes, these are the amylase enzymes are produced. Even these fungus are also used in the preparations of enzymes. These amylase enzymes, which is produced from the Aspergillus niger as well as Aspergillus oryzae. So this, what will do this amylase enzymes? Actually, we have in our mouth also salivary amylase enzyme is there. What its function is anybody knows that the function of salivary amylase? No. Usually it will use for the breakdown of the food particles. Actually, first digestion starts from the mouth. So for that process, this salivary amylase help. Here also, the fungi will produces the amylase enzyme. These amylase enzymes, this will going to split the two starch components. They will going to split into the two starch component. When comes to the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is a yeast, that will produces the invertase enzyme. Invertase, it is nothing but sucrose dehydrolyzing enzymes. So these sucrose dehydrolyzing enzymes, these uh, these yeast will break down the sucrose into the glucose and fructose. So next it is an organic acid preparations. These fungus, they are also used in the organic acid preparation like oxalic acid, citric acid, gluconic acid, gallic acid, formic acid. So these oxalic acid, it is produced from the Aspergillus niger. Citric acids are produced from some mold fermentation. They're going to produce the citric acid. Gluconic acid from the mold Penicillium aspergillus. From these fungi, they're going to produce the gluconic acids. So we heard about the gibberellins. Gibberellins, these are the plant growth promoter. So in the field of the horticulture crops, no? In field of horticulture crops, they are going to extract this gibberellin product from the fungus, and they will going to inject into the plant, so for the growth of the plant. When it comes to the cheese productions, we heard about that the fungus are the used. Some fungus are used in the refining process of the cheese. That is nothing but cheese molds. They provide the some characteristics, textures and flavors to the cheese. To get that particular flavor for the cheese, these fungus are used. So fungus, as the functions in the protein manufacturing also, like yeast and candida talus, these are used in the protein manufacturing. So we know that Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is there, no, yeast. It has the high percentage of proteins. They are used as a protein content in the diet also. So in industrial process, the yeasts are grown on ammonia and molasses. So upon that, they're going to use for the protein protein content. Even these yeasts, these are the good source of vitamin B complex. So we heard about the ergosterol. It is the product of the many molds yeast. So these ergosterols, they're going to contain vitamin D. Okay. So this is about the economic importance where actually the fungus are used. Is there any doubt? In environment, when comes to the fungus in environment, we know that the fungus is not an autotrophic, it is the heterotrophic fungus organisms. It depends on other for the food. So so it utilizes the environmental carbon dioxide for the they will going to keep it in the soil for the many years. So this will, what happens when it keeps the carbon dioxide in the soil, the soil fertility is going to increases. So this fungus is also it has the functions in the nitrogen cycle also, as well as the nitrogen fixation, phosphorus mobilizations. In here and all, we can see the function of the fungus. We have the mutualism also with the fungus and bacteria, we can find out in the environment. So these are the some of the economic importance of fungi. Is there any doubt?
No, Supritha, no doubts.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Supritha, for your presentation.